Hello and welcome to cloudy Newmarket, Virginia for this Valley Baseball League contest between the visiting Purcellville Cannons and the homestanding Newmarket Rebels. I'm Andrew Kipps, joined by Jack Hurlbert, Brandon Whitaker behind the controls, and you'll hear from him throughout the night. Jack, you got the starting lineup for the Cannons?
Yes, sir, I do, Andrew. Exciting matchup here tonight. Here's the starting lineup for the visiting Cannons of Purcellville. Leading off for the Cannons, it's number 8, Ethan Acevedo, center fielder tonight. He's followed by Vincenzo Kuzak, the designated hitter. Number 6, Josh Eby follows him at first. Messed that up a couple times, but we've got it now. 36, Seth Williams, number 24, the left fielder, is batting cleanup. Eric Martinez, the shortstop, number 5, follows him. Keith Turner in right field, number 9. He's followed by A.J. Green, the catcher, number 2. Andrew Bell is in the 8th spot, second base, number 13. And finally, rounding things out for the Cannons is Grant Jaluli, the third baseman, number 14. And pitching tonight for the Cannons is Aaron Van Tuyl, number 18 from the University of Richmond.
And starting lineup for the homestanding Rebels, leading off playing right field tonight, Zach Banks out of Embry-Riddle. Batting second, playing left field out of UNCW, Matt Murchison. Batting third, playing center field, number 13, Mario Magana Jr. Batting fourth, playing third base, number 25, Joe Terranova. Batting fifth, the designated hitter tonight, Carter McKay. Batting sixth, playing first base, Matt Murphy. Batting seventh, playing shortstop tonight, Maddox Land. Batting eighth, making his Newmarket debut behind the plate, Jack Pitts. And batting ninth, playing second base, Eric Torres. On the mound tonight for the Rebels, number 30 out of Louisiana Tech, Jackson Jones. Acevedo in the box, and we're ready to get things started. Lefty-lefty matchup as we kick it off in Newmarket. First pitch from Jones, misses high. Noticeably no Shin Inouye in the lineup tonight for the Cannons. Valley League All-Star and big-time stolen base threat.
Curve. Really interested to see him not in the lineup tonight. Wonder, really only speculate on what could be happening there.
2-0 to the leadoff man. Fastball fouled off. It was a rainy middle of the day here in Newmarket. Field was tarped for quite a while and still took a good amount of work to get it playable for tonight's game, but playable it is. You might see a few off-color patches where the quick dry was applied. Just misses up and in.
Yeah, a little bit of wear mark, if you will, near that second base area. Just like a little bit of quick dry there, a little bit of overabundance there.
And ball 4 down low. And kind of interesting just looking at the lineup. The outfield and infield for the Rebels, all players that have been here since day one. Getting late into the season, a lot of teams experiencing a lot of turnover. Rebels not excluded from that. So pretty cool to see that there's still enough players from day one to field a lineup out there. Called strike.
That's a solid pitch from Jones there to kind of refocus back in. You walk Acevedo, that's not the best start that you're looking for, but he focuses up and he delivers a great strike there.
And an eye on the runner at first. Delivers a fastball. Called strike. Could have been a swinging strike. Check swing, hard to say.
Really no doubt there on that one. Kind of no question. He went past the check swing acceptable point, if you will. Easy strike.
Called strike 3. Gets You sat on 3 pitches. That was another Valley League All-Star for the Cannons who gets set down 1-2-3. Josh eBay, big right-handed hitter next.
I've called him many things. I've called him Ebe, I've called him Ibe, and I figured out it's eBay now.
No pronunciation guides in the Valley League most of the time. First pitch to him, missed low and in. Not a big crowd at Rebel Park, but also not a small crowd.
Not a quiet one either. They were cheering after that 3-pitch strikeout there, especially after that backwards K.
Just outside. Purcellville side fairly empty, but Newmarket well represented despite the dreary day. I expect the crowd will still grow a bit. Although we did have a slightly delayed start to give the field just a little bit of time to set before we got going. Runner going. Pitches inside. No throw. Pitts decides to hold on to that one. Looked like Jones tapped himself on the chest and said, hey, that one was on me.
And Andrew, I think that's a good decision from Pitts not to fire that thing down. You can really only just watch him go by and take second. If you throw down, I think it's going to be, to no avail, to no use. It's going to be a waste of time. So good job by him. Just hold on to that one.
Yep, if you don't have a chance, the only thing you're possibly going to do is throw it into the outfield and allow an extra base. So
I'd say better safe.
Put it in your pocket, as they say.
Exactly.
Torres working on keeping the runner close at second. 3-1, fouled off towards the Rebel dugout. Fielded by Rebel bat boy Bryce Jones, son of Rebels president Mike Jones. Full count to eBay. It's it softly into center field, falls in for a hit. Magana quickly fields and hits the cutoff man. It'll be a single for eBay. The men on the corners for the Cannons, 1 out. Seth Williams next up. Feels like the Rebels have really struggled to get out of the first inning without allowing a run.
Yep, first inning has certainly been a hardship for the Rebels. Obviously, giving up a lot of runs, uncomfortable runs, if you will, out of the gate. Make it difficult for them to crawl their way back into games. Kind of a critical at-bat here just to take care of this lineup.
Yeah, very opportune time for a ground ball or a strikeout as Jones goes ahead 0-2. Playing in at third, holding the runner at first, and double play depth up the middle. Just a few steps in from maybe their normal position. Runner going, fouled off. We'll redo the 0-2 pitch. eBay at first does have 2 steals on the season, so perhaps an opportunistic base stealer. That one just misses. Ball 1. Ground ball softly hit to short. going to be tough to turn 2. They get the lead man, but that will be it. Fielder's choice and an RBI for Williams, who had good speed down the line. So RBI for him. Martinez next up for the Cannons. Probably playing pretty slow out there with the damp conditions.
And Andrew, that's just solid baseball from Williams. Line that one right out to short, send in a run, and now it's 1-0 Cannons.
He did his job. He got the run in. Check on the runner at first. Also, it is watermelon night at the ballpark. Expect we'll get some watermelon in the press box at some point. Promotional night, and the deal is you bring a watermelon, you get in for free. Then about 3rd or 4th inning, all the watermelons are sliced and distributed to the crowd free of charge.
Love that.
Fastball misses high, 2-0.
I had some pretty good velo on it, even though it missed. Gonna try to get the radar gun up and going here, see what.
Jones, certainly a hard thrower from the left side.
Yeah. One was 83, give or take a few miles per hour lower on the gun. That doesn't do many of the pitches justice. Looked to have a little bit of break on it too. Great pitch from Jones.
Runner going. Pitts does throw it down this time. Low throw skips in there, but not in time. The 3-1 at the plate, and Williams now has himself in scoring position.
And Andrew, you could only speculate on what could have happened if Pitts was able to not bounce that thing, because that looked like it was going to get there in time, but does not due to the bounce.
Ground ball to land, softly hit, gonna have to charge it, throw across, in plenty of time. 6-3 goes Eric Martinez. Jackson Jones gets out of the first, allowing only 1 run on 1 hit, no errors, 1 runner left on base. Zach Banks will lead things off for the Rebels on the other side of this quick break. Aaron Van Tool finishes his warm-up pitches, and we're ready to go as he's going to face Zach Banks to get things started. First pitch, fouled towards the Rebel dugout. Just out of play.
That one was certainly floating up there for a long time, Andrew.
Outside, take a moment to welcome everybody to the stream. Whether you're a Rebels fan or a Cannons fan, we're happy to have you. Feel free to interact in the chat. Let us know who you are, where you're watching from, who you're cheering for. Ask any questions. We're happy to attempt to answer them. And maybe we'll ask you some as well.
Yeah, I might craft up a couple trivia questions here. See what we can do.
Popped up on the infield. Bell is under it. He's got it for the first out of the inning. P4. Bring up Matt Murchison, the left fielder tonight. This is Van Tool's 4th start of the year, 8th appearance overall. He's one with a record of 1 win, 1 loss. 5.32 ERA in 22 innings pitched, so had a pretty good summer, I would say. Called strike to Murchison to get things started.
Yeah, and Andrew Murchison kind of backed out of the way of that one. A little bit of discontent from the Newmarket fans.
Another one misses just outside, 2-1. Just about the same spot, makes it 3-1. Rebels would gladly take a base runner. Murchison swings at a high one, fouls it off.
Andrew, you talk about Rebels really wanting to get on base early. They struggled a little bit with that. They've struggled a little bit with it, getting runs across. But the first thing that you need to do in order to get runs across is to get runners on base. So it would be a important first step. Not going to get it there, however.
Called strike 3. That was a nice backdoor breaking ball. Throws Murchison, and he goes down looking. That'll bring up Mario Magana Jr.
Center fielder number 13, Mario Magana.
Powerful switch-hitting center fielder.
A big round of applause from a couple of fans here. Wonder if they're friends of Mario's.
I think we've got a group of counselors from a local camp, maybe, that's got a little cheering section going down there. Usually 1 or 2 nights of summer we get some youthful exuberance. That one's knifed into the corner, foul. Initially I thought that was going to be right down the line, but that had that slicing motion on it. Looks like one of my golf drives.
It looks like everybody's golf drive. Seems like. Like me with the pitching wedge. And
I hear there's a big golf match going down tomorrow here in Newmarket between 2 of our interns. See if we can get them to film some highlights for us for tomorrow's game. Magana swings and misses at one in the dirt. Comes up empty. No runs, no hits, no errors, no runners left on base for the Rebels. Jackson Jones back on the mound on the other side of this break. Keith Turner leading it off for the Cannons. They have a 1-run lead through 1 complete inning. Fouls the first pitch off. Fly down the right field line in foul territory. Going to get out of play just past the tarp in its little enclosure down the first base line.
And Murphy and Banks were all in to get over there. They were on their horses going after that one, but just floats over the fence, unfortunately for them.
I believe the tarp was on the field this afternoon for a couple hours. I don't know that it actually rained after the tarp was put out, but check swing. He's going to head towards first. Throw from Pitts is in time. Strikeout swinging 2-3. Pitts blocked it up, but it squirted away from him just a bit. Not sure how long it's been since Pitts has caught in a game. He was a backfill option as catchers have come and gone here throughout the course of the season. Pitts and Mario Lopez Jr. are going to take the Rebels home behind the plate through the last week of the season here.
Andrew, I believe the last time Pitts appeared in a game for Memphis was on the 26th of April against UAB on the road. That was a hard-fought loss for them.
2.5 months, so might have a little rust to shake off tonight. Has been in town for a few days, so has gotten a chance to catch some in the bullpen and get familiar. Fouled way back.
And that is a critical piece of baseball, Andrew, if you're able to get that connection. Just throw the baseball a little bit. Get to know pitchers, get to know your teammates. Helps tremendously.
Nothing like walking out to the mound and saying, hey, what you got, pitch? Somebody you've never met before. Looped into shallow right for a base hit. Nice piece of hitting by Green to go opposite field for a single with 1 out.
Yep, you can never, ever, ever be mad at that hit, because that is a beautifully placed hit. Really nothing that the Rebels can do there except watch it fall perfectly into shallow right.
Not a super high exit velocity, I wouldn't say, but line drive, well placed. If you hit on that launch angle, you're going to get a lot of hits. Andrew Bell now at the plate, takes the first pitch for a called strike.
That was a solid pitch by Jackson Jones.
This is outside. One early result today. Charlottesville beat Stanton 21-0 in Charlottesville.
I think that's a little bit one-sided, right, Andrew?
Oop, throw to first gets away. Looks like it went out of play. So it'll be one base for green.
Andrew, that's just one of those head-scratching moments where it's the basic throw to first and just maybe slipped out of your fingers, maybe just not ready, or don't really know what happened there, but Murphy jumped for that one, and just one you try to forget about.
Two and one now on Bell at the plate. He's got a runner in scoring position with one out. Bowed off 2-2. Checks the runner at second. Backdoor breaking ball called, strike three. Nice pitch from Jones. Saw a couple Rebels go down on similar looks in their half of the first inning. Jones does it himself on the opposite side. Grant Galuli next up. Where's number 14? Swings and misses at a high heater.
Man, Andrew, that pitch made me sit up and grab that radar gun again, because wow, that thing had some smoke on the back of it. Jones is on a roll right now.
Checks the runner. 0-1. Another heater swung on and missed.
Around 85, 86 on that fastball. I mean, if you can't swing it, don't stop pitching it. I mean, he's doing a great job.
And he is ahead 0-2 thanks to that good work. He is one strike away from getting out of the second inning. Goes with a high fastball, doesn't get the swing and miss or the swing at all. 1-2. There's the swing and a miss. Strike three. No runs on one hit, one error, one runner left for the Cannons. I think we're gonna. We have our key to the game graphic. I think we're gonna hit you with Jack's keys to the game in between the first and second inning here.
Well, thank you, Andrew. I filed a couple of notes for victory for both teams. So for Newmark, you got to keep the bats moving. They didn't do the greatest job in the top of the first, their first attempt at the plate for the first inning, but they've got another great chance here in the second. You want to keep those bats moving. You want to get runners on base. You want a strong start on the mound. And how about Jackson Jones doing a solid job up on the bump for the Rebels? 2 straight strikeouts at the end. And then for Newmark, you just want to be patient. You don't want to get frustrated. They've done a good job. A couple of solid hits by Purcellville. They don't get frustrated. They don't get angry. They just focus back. You know, a rough play by Jones throwing it over the head of Murphy, but he's done a solid job to focus back in and then strike out those 2 Purcellville batters. And then for the Cannons, you want to attack the pitcher. You want to force Newmarket to call to the bullpen. You want to cause a bullpen battle. And so far, Jones has been great. And also you want to frustrate the defense. And, well, they've done those, things that have frustrated the Rebels in the past. But so far, Newmarket's looking good. They're not, getting too frustrated. You're reading the body language of the players. They're looking, everything's okay. It's only a 1-run game. Everything will be all right. We got tons of more innings, got a lot more chances to figure that out.
Jones helping out the defense on the frustration front. Hard to be frustrated when your pitcher's striking guys out.
Exactly. You got the fans cheering for you every single time. You got some noise tonight. You got a little bit more, and that obviously helps with the morale. But a very strong start on the mound, despite that one run given up. Very, very strong start for the Rebels. You can't discredit the Cannons either. Van Tuyl been doing a good job. Solid inning. Still yet to see what he can prove for the bottom half of the second, but we'll see right now as we're back from my key break.
Third base time. Terranova.
Joe Terranova's in the box to get things started. Hard hit ground ball past the diving third baseman and a lunging shortstop into left field. We got that extra energy boost in the crowd. We'll see if that helps fuel the Rebels to victory tonight.
Well, that's perfectly placed. I mean, you got two guys jumping after. They both missed just out of reach.
Yeah, Galuli dove to his left. Martinez lunged to his right on the backhand. Neither could come up with it, and Terranova is on as the leadoff man for the Rebels, bringing Carter McKay to the plate. McKay fouled the first one off. Powerful left-handed hitter. Questioning a little bit how shallow Keith Turner playing out in right field. That one's rocketed foul down the right field line. McKay got all of that one, but just a long strike.
Yeah, well, Andrew, if you're Keith Turner, I think you're alert and woken up after that one, as that had some great contact, like it would be going into that Purcellville bullpen. It was just a few seconds later.
Pulls in with an off-speed pitch, and McKay goes down swinging. Looked like possibly a changeup to me.
Certainly had some slide on it.
Out around the first base. Murphy.
Oftentimes you see that changeup deployed against a opposite-handed hitter. So if you're a right-hander against a left-handed hitter, tends to give you movement going away from the batter. Or rather, going away from the batter.
Yes.
I had left-handed and right-handed batters swimming in my head there. I lost myself. Murphy swings and misses. This is Matt Murphy. Quite a few different Murphys to choose from this year for the Rebels, so have to clarify. Check on Terranova. He's back with a dive. Up and in, ball one. Matt Murphy was an all-star for the Rebels last summer, but has struggled to get going quite as well thus far this season. Who knows? Maybe he'll end it off with a heater.
Yeah, Andrew, it's one of those moments where you kind of hope that you can announce or jinx him into doing something a little bit good. His last hit coming against Front Royal in the 15-3 losing effort on the 28th of June. Went 1 for 3 that evening.
Grounds it just inside of third, down the left field line. into the corner. Called foul, apparently. Not gonna lie, didn't even think that was questionable as far as fair or foul. But Murphy is called back to the box.
And when Coach Shepard even points fair, when it's not the case, you kind of got to scratch your head and wonder how is the third base coach usually has a really, really good seat in the house to see if it's fair or foul. But
Normally I would say the home plate umpire does too, but I think that one may have been a missed call from our point of view. 1 ball, 2 strikes, up and in. See if we can get we'll take a look at the replay maybe, just to check our eyesight, but. It's that one into right field. It's down for a hit, so Murphy's going to get his hit one way or the other. And the Rebels have 2 men on with 1 out.
and Andrew Turner finally got his action, but not with the right batter. And it drops down right there. Good job by Murphy. You would assume that McKay would send it over to Turner, but it's Murphy, and he's on first safely. Good hit by him.
Maddox Land, shortstop out of Chattahoochee Valley, or going to Chattahoochee Valley. And there's a wild pitch that's going to move both runners up 90 feet. Also takes away the double play chance. Here. 1-0 to Maddox Land. Swing and a miss. Definitely a situation when the Rebels need Land to put the ball in play. Strikeout is pretty much the worst possible outcome for the Rebels.
Yep, I'd say this is a huge at-bat, one of those moments where you...
Chops it to first. Runner coming home, gonna have a play at the plate. Close. Called out. Perhaps Coach Shepard coming in to argue, perhaps obstruction could be argued on that. Having a long conversation here on the edge of the home plate dirt. Doesn't look like it's going to result in any action. So Land is going to reach on a fielder's choice. Murphy advances to third. Terranova retired 3-2. Nice play by eBay and Green behind the plate. Looked to my eye like they had him, so I think the only question would have been potentially blocking the plate or something like that. First pitch to Pitts is a called strike. Land over at first, biggest threat on the Rebels to steal. And I would be very surprised if he's not running on this pitch. He was edging off the bag and gets a step off called by the first baseman eBay. Interesting to see if the Cannons decide to throw through here. Should Land take off for second. He stays put this time. Pitts takes a ball. Torres on deck for the Rebels.
Torres solid in the field. Let's see if he can be solid at the plate, depending on how this Pitts at bat goes.
Check on Land at first. Back with the dive. Land proving me wrong, staying put at first. Pitt's ahead 2-1.
Andrew, I've figured out as this season goes by that the Valley loves to make you eat your own words when you say it on the broadcast. A lot of announcer jinxes.
Fouled back.
A lot of statements that you say that do not come true. Bold assumptions that are just blatantly turned right against you. Oh, there's going to be no steals because the dirt is wet tonight. And then there's 5 steals in 2 innings. And you look like a big dummy on a broadcast.
I think players enjoy doing that to us, Jack. 2 strikes now. Check on Land. Oh, Purcellville thought they had him. No, says Steve Williams over at first base, if I'm identifying my umpires correctly.
You do not get a umpire.
Pretty sure I have.
Three.
Pretty sure I have that one right.
Yeah.
Wouldn't even try on the other 2 umpires, but
Wow, and Van Toyle has been throwing back to eBay at first. Wow. I think that's 4 pickoffs if I'm counting.
working them over there. See if Land still decides to go. There he goes. Pitch is a ball. Land has it standing up. No throw from A.J. Green. Full count, 2 outs. Runners on second and third. Pitts has a chance to have a notable first plate appearance here. I thought that hit the bat behind Pitts. Must have hit something. Yep, calling it a foul ball. There was no indication from the home plate umpire initially that it was a foul ball. I think that was a foul ball, though. It hit something. Another full count pitch to Pitts. Ball 4. I think we ended up with maybe the right result there. I don't know. That was a confusing little sequence of events.
Kind of one of those, backyard baseball moments where you duck out of the way of a wiffle ball pitch and you're trying to decide. You plead your case to the others hanging out with you that if it hit you or hit the bat, and
Eric Torres takes first pitch for a ball. Fouls the second one straight back. Breaking ball inside, just missed.
for a very curious fan in the YouTube live stream, you typically are Valley Baseball League is a collegiate summer wood bat league, so you need to be in college to be a part of the New Market Rebels. However, if you'd like to join the team as an intern, send an email.
And
All it takes
can
is an email.
confirm minimum age 18 years old, regardless of whether you're in college. Have to be 18. That is step 1. 2-2 on Torres as he fanned on an outside fastball. Goes back to the breaking ball, which stays up and in. Full count, 2 outs, bases loaded. Rebels have a chance to do some damage here in the bottom of the second if Torres could get into one here.
And if you're Torres, this is a moment that you'll live for right here. Full count, 2 outs, bases loaded. Got a huge chance with the
Swing and a miss. Torres goes down swinging with the bases loaded. No runs on 2 hits. There were no Purcellville errors and 3 runners left on base.
Somebody line up a second.
Come on. Come on. Cannons are back to the top of their lineup with center fielder Ethan Acevedo to lead off in the top of the 3rd against Jackson Jones, still on the mound for the Rebels. Ground ball to first. Murphy's got it. He's going to take it himself. 3 unassisted, 1 pitch, 1 out.
And Andrew, what a play by Murphy there as he digs his cleat in the ground. He slid a little bit on the dirt. You could see it almost looked like an ice hockey rink there for a second as he dug in, but a good job by him to stay upright and get over to first in time.
First pitch to Cusat, misses low. Fastball just misses outside. Another fastball just outside, 3-0. None of these pitches have missed by much. But at the same time, I don't think any of them were strikes. That one just a little bit closer, called strike 1.
It's one of those moments where you're like, oh, come on, give me the pitch, come on. But just a little bit outside, trying to paint those corners. But no, says the umpire.
Curveball grounded up the middle. Torres is going to get it and throw. Had no chance. That ball was slowly hit, and by the time he got there, Cusat was already pretty much at first base. So wild throw doesn't hurt the Rebels there. Nice backup by the catcher Pitts. And it's an infield single for Vincenzo Cusat.
Yeah, and Andrew, that is a interesting throw over there from Torres. I thought in no world was he gonna pick that thing up and fling it. I thought he'd just hold it, but
He tried the old Jeter jump throw, but almost with like a 180 added since he was running more directly away from first base than Jeter would have been. But
almost sent that into the dugout. So
here's Josh eBay. First pitch fouled off.
and might I throw in a pun here? eBay delivered a solid line drive in the first inning.
Boy, the crowd's fired up tonight. The chat's fired up tonight. Lined into left. Murchison on the run, not going to get there. He does cut it off before it gets to the wall. Might have a play at third. Throw skips past the cutoff man, and it'll be a stand-up double for eBay.
And of course, the long silence comes after my failed eBay joke. It was the quietest this ballpark has been. It sounded like there was not a soul in the ballpark at all after I made that joke. I think seems like everybody heard it and everybody wasn't the biggest fan of it, so.
Now you got me trying to think up an eBay joke. I am a hobby eBay seller.
Telling you what, Facebook Marketplace is the place to be. I'm telling you that. Facebook Marketplace versus eBay. Who do you think, Andrew? What would you take for that one?
Buying Facebook Marketplace, selling eBay. Even with the fees.
Have a little debate going on in the media booth after that foul ball of who would have gotten it between the PA announcer Jared and our scoreboard intern Matt. I think it would have been Matt's ball personally, but
I would bet on Matt in that matchup as well. 1-2 on Williams. Nice breaking ball from Jones there to get the swing and miss.
and that was a solid pitch by Jones there. He's still going strong in the top of the third.
Goes right back to that big breaking ball. This one's fouled off into the Cannons dugout. Two and two as that one just misses. Popped into shallow left for Murchison. Not going to be deep enough to drive in a run. So F7 for Williams. Second out of the inning. Probably 40, 50 feet into left field. And QSAT didn't want to try the arm of Murchison.
And Andrew, it's the return of the wooden purple bat. Yet again, the Cannons' infamous bat.
Curveball. A lot of movement on that one, and it gets a called strike.
Good job by Pitts there to love that one. Maybe move it a little bit inside there, a bit closer to the.
Ground ball stopped by a diving land. He's going to knock it down and keep it on the infield, but it's going to be an RBI single. QSAT scores RBI single for Martinez. Land does a nice job keeping it on the infield, but can't prevent the run from scoring.
That's a job well done by Martinez.
Bring up Turner.
Back to the 9. Turn.
He's also got the purple bat. 2 straight. Let's see if the purple bat's got the mojo here.
Ground ball to Torres at second. Comes up empty. E4 for Torres. Waited on the slow hit ground ball and then could not field it cleanly.
Catcher for 2.
Defense lets down Jackson Jones here a little bit in this inning. The third run comes across for the Cannons. The Rebels find themselves trailing by 3. Still 2 on, 2 outs. Breaking ball stays just outside. That one's down and in, 2-0, and it's going to get a visit from pitching coach Mark Davis. While that's going on, let's take a look at the Valley League standings. Rebels came in tonight 13 and 15, 4th place in the Valley League's North Division, 2.5 games ahead of 5th place. The Front Royal Cardinals and Woodstock River Bandits tied for that spot. Key there is top 4 teams make the playoffs, so Rebels 2.5 games on the right side of that cutoff line. Cannons coming in tonight 16 and 14. They're 4.5 games ahead of the 5th place tie. So looking very likely that the Cannons will be in the playoffs. Over on the other side, Waynesboro General's up to 21 and 9.
How about the Winchester Royals? Started the season really slow, climbed their way up to the top of the Valley Baseball League North. Good job by them. Got to give them credit.
19 and 11 coming into today. Really wide open playoff races in both sides, though, for the last 2 spots. Runner going to third. Throw pops out of the glove of Terranova at third. Pitts put it right on the bag, but Terranova couldn't squeeze it.
Almost had Martinez there. Wow. But instead, it's a successful steal.
Turner did not follow that at first, so first and third, 2 outs. 2-2-2 across the scoreboard with number 2 at the plate. Foul ball.
Got the quadruple 2s on the scoreboard. Seen that a decent amount. Summer, Andrew.
Always noticeable when it pops up there. Fastball up and away, and delayed steal. Turner takes second base without a throw.
Definitely caught Pitts off guard there. kind of looking away on that high and outside pitch. Able to scurry on over to second in time with no throw down. The heads up play from Turner. Good job by him.
So full count on Green at the plate. Runners on second and third. 2 outs. Curveball grounded to Torres. He's going to get another chance, and he comes through this time. 4-3 to end the inning. 2 runs on 3 hits, 1 Newmarket error, and 2 runners left on base. After 2.5, it's Purcellville 3, Newmarket nothing. We'll be back for the bottom half of the 3rd inning on the other side of this break. Zach Banks leads it off for the Rebels in the bottom of the 3rd. Swing and a miss, and an outside breaking ball. Called strike 2. Good eye, takes outside.
And Andrews, Zach Banks' last hit was in that 10-7 win against Strasburg on the 2nd of July. That one was the infamous streak breaker.
Fouled off.
Went 1 for 5 that night, but I remember that hit was a timely one for the Rebels.
Take a timely hit anytime.
Of course.
Those have been lacking as of late, with a lot of runners left on base.
And a lot of times, Andrew, I think that you can just chop it down to just the luck of the draw sometimes for some of these games that the Rebels have dropped. Just unfortunate placement. Really nothing that they can do as Banks
There's
walks
a
over
leadoff
first.
walk. Rebels have not struggled to draw walks this season. They've just struggled to be driven in, which is interesting because they also are near the top of the league in extra base hits.
Number 17, Matt Purcellville. Richardson.
Baseball can be a very wacky game like that sometimes.
It's all about sequencing and when things happen, but the recipe is there with the slug and the on base. They just haven't come at the right time together. First pitch to Murchison misses for a ball 1-0. Aggressive swing and a fastball in the zone fouls it off. Fooled by an outside breaking ball.
And if you're Murchison there, you kind of take a step back, take a deep breath, and shake your head a little bit. You definitely got fooled by that one. Just focus back in, look to drive this next one.
1-2. Down and in. Murchison shows a good eye once again. Full count. Hits that one into shallow center. Acevedo comes in on it and is able to pull it in for the first out. Brings up Mario Magana.
Launch angle was just a little bit too high on that one, Andrew. I think that one was a little bit lower. That could have landed, but popped up a little bit too high. Gave Acevedo enough time to get under it.
Here's Mario Magana. Would be about time to see him get into one, I would say. Pickoff attempt at first. eBay and Banks kind of get tangled up there. Been quite a while since we've seen a Magana home run. One of the most powerful hitters in the league. I don't say that lightly.
Certainly got an explosive bat, just kind of dormant, if you will.
Rips that one foul. Mario is one of those guys where you hear a scouting report and they say, like, they don't have game power, but they have batting practice power. Or his power hasn't showed up in games yet. When it does, it really shows up, but it's absent at times. Lays off. Pretty nice breaking ball.
Yeah, I was just about to say that's a great eye by Magana to lay off that breaking pitch. That thing had some backdoor potential. Good job by him to watch that one go by.
Swing and a miss. 1-2. Van Tool really doing work with the off speed. Looks like a changeup and a slider to me, and mixing them beautifully. Keep Rebel hitters off balance. Ground ball up the middle. Looks like it may have deceived the shortstop a little bit as he was charging in. And then the ball kind of just scooted past him up the middle into center field for a clean single. Banks goes all the way to third. Throw in allows Magana to advance to second. That'll be an error on the center fielder. That throw to third skipped all the way to the Rebel dugout. So once again, the Rebels have runners in scoring position with a chance to do some damage.
After on the third base.
And Andrew, we talk about the sleeping giant. I think the dormant giant, if you will. I think the Giant's been awoken after that solid ground ball right up the middle, perfectly hit right back up Main Street. Good job, and that's a big hit and a big part of this game for the Rebels.
Terranova fouls off. First pitch he sees, he singled into left in his first at bat. See if the floodgates can finally open for the Rebels with runners in scoring position.
Andrew, they've been waiting to open for months, it feels like. Feels like it's been weeks that Rebels have had a solid game where they've just put up multiple runs up into the 16, 17, some of these numbers that we're seeing around the valley.
Yep, the offense has been cold as of late, but perhaps they're just waiting to get warm at the right time. Maybe they're a start hot, end hot kind of ball club this year. That one's ripped into center field by Terranova. Acevedo back at the wall. It's off the wall. It's going to be at least 2 for Terranova. He's going to pull up at second with a loud RBI double off the center field fence.
And what a hit by Terranova, and the Newmarket fans love it. It's loud here in the valley. Great job.
That was one of the loudest plays we've had all season. Honestly, off the bat, thought that might be a home run. Was surprised Acevedo didn't turn and run straight back sooner. Not that he would have had a play regardless, but just seemed like it was extremely well hit off the bat, and it was as it carried all the way to the wall.
Well, now you've got to deal with the big man that is Carter McKay. Anybody who's risky to put the ball over the fence, it's him. If there's anybody on this team who can do it, it's Magana and it's McKay.
Meeting of the minds on the mound. Has concluded.
Designated hitter, State College, 43. Hey!
We've got a correction on a pronunciation.
I saw it too. It's
Van Tile, not Van Tool. So,
Jinx.
swing and a miss on the broadcast booth on that one. Apologies to the Van Tile family if they were listening tonight. First pitch to McKay was a ball. Rebels with a chance to tie it up, tying run in scoring position. Another breaking ball misses for ball 2. Has been action in the Rebel bullpen. I expect Jackson Jones' night is probably done, so we'll most likely have a new pitcher when we turn it over to the 4th. Also action in the Cannons bullpen, as Van Tile might be getting a little tired here. Up into the mid-60s pitch count-wise. He's walked Carter McKay on 4 pitches.
Around the first baseman from Holy League of College. Number 20.
Here's Matt Murphy. He singled in his first plate appearance. Soft liner into right field after just missing a double down the left field line. As for that again, this one is just on the outside of third base.
Well, Andrew, we revisit the keys to victory for a quick minute. The Rebels one of the keys was keep the bats moving, and they've done a great job. Had nothing to show for in that second inning. However, they loaded the bases and they were knocking on the door, beating on the door, if you will. Didn't get anything to show for it, but certainly a solid inning for them. And then they finally get that door open. They break down the door, if you will, and they get 2 runs to show for it. Good job by them. They're certainly keeping the bat moving, so they've got that key and they've got it well.
Feels like they have also gotten the momentum moving in their favor. Swing and a miss. Had a pitch in the dirt. Murphy goes down on 3 pitches. Brings up Maddox Land.
Well, Andrew, if you're Van Tile, that's exactly the kind of at-bat that you're hoping for. 1, 2, 3. Close the door on them. Good job. You're still up by a run. This inning isn't the worst.
Land hit into a fielder's choice in his first at-bat. Play at the plate, where Terranova was retired. Takes the first pitch for a called strike. Hits the catcher on deck. Fastball dotted on the outside corner, 0-2.
Talked about it earlier, but it's a Memphis on Memphis catcher battle. Green is a Tiger, and so is Pitts.
0-2. Check swing. Good take on a pitcher's pitch on the outside, or just outside, off the plate. 1-2. That time, the backdoor breaking ball finds the edge for called strike 3. But the Rebels break through for 2 runs on 2 hits. There was 1 Purcellville error and 2 runners left on base. We'll be back for the 4th inning action on the other side. Andrew Bell leading off for the Cannons. To our surprise, Jackson Jones is back out there.
Yeah, did not expect this one, Andrew, but let's see what he's got here going into the 4th.
At 67 pitches to get this inning started. Looked like Lane Giroux was up in the Rebels pen between innings, which is usually a sure indicator that a change is coming, but he has sat down and Jones is back out there. Quickly behind 3-0. Pitching.
And Andrew, talking about Pitts and Green made me think about Memphis and that incredible logo that they have, the tiger. So I got a question for you. What do you think is the best logo in all of college sports? That's a big question there for you.
Best logo in all of college sports. I'm going to have to think on that one. Bell draws the 4-pitch walk.
Baseman,
Grant Galuli now up. Lane Drew back up in the pen for the Rebels. Nice curve for a called strike. A lot of movement on that one. Check on the runner at first. Bell didn't have a very big lead, but he's back in safely.
Andrew, I think if I had to pick best college logo in all sports, it wouldn't be the normal Texas Longhorns logo, you know, the classic one.
Runner going.
Good job
Throw
by
is
Torres
not
there to
in
grab
time.
that bouncing ball. But I wouldn't say it's the classic orange, Longhorn, but the vintage one with the actual printed out Longhorn. It looks a little mad. I like that one. The vintage college logo. I love that one.
If anybody has any nominees for the best logo, drop them in the chat.
I also like that. I think the vintage logos are a lot better than the more modern logos, like the Oregon Ducks one. That's a classic.
That pitch misses for a ball. 2-2.
Always like the JMU Duke dog.
Called strike 3. Nice backdoor breaking ball. Galuli knew it. He'll head back to the dugout.
Wow, slammed his bat on the ground in frustration. Great pitch by Jones going strong here in the fourth. Frustrating the Cannons.
Brings up center fielder Ethan Acevedo. First pitch is a curve foul now towards the picnic pavilion down the left field line. Really turned into quite a nice crowd on the home side. Left field lounge is hopping tonight. It's almost as busy as we've seen it. That is the area beyond the Rebel bullpen where people pull their cars up and watch from the bed of their pickup truck. Mountain just disappearing into the darkness out beyond center field. One misses outside.
Think it's the best view in the entire Valley Baseball League, Andrew. The Rebel Park outfield has got it all, I think.
I think that would be pretty hard to dispute for best view surrounding the park. Fastball swung on and missed. Looked like Jones reached back for a little bit extra on that one.
Yeah, and once again, I'm scrambling for the radar gun, trying to get a read on Jones because he's still going strong. I can't believe it. Doing so well. Throwing really hard still in the fourth.
That one maybe reached for a little too much and spikes a fastball out in front of home plate. Pitts can't come up with it, and that's a tough one to ask a catcher to block.
Yeah, that's a tough pill to swallow, and really no chance for Pitts to block that one.
Not only do you have less time, since it's traveling faster being a fastball, it's also unexpected for a fastball to be in the dirt, so you're not really thinking about getting down to your knee to block it. Full count pitch. Fouled off. Curve lifting into left. Murchison's got it on the charge. Gonna be a play at the plate. Throw is just late. Good attempt by Murchison, but nothing he could do. Sacrifice fly. Drives in Acevedo.
Number 6.
Rather, by Acevedo.
Mission accomplished there if you're Acevedo. I mean, you fly it out to left, you get the run in, and now it's a 2-run game. You double the lead.
Absolutely.
I have a request to look up Delta State University. I am doing it now.
Called strike 0-2. Line foul down the third base line. We'll have to ask intern Greg when he comes back up here. He likes logos. He might have some good nominees for us.
Appears to be some kind of like, looks like a chili pepper. It's like an angry chili pepper almost. Looks like a jalapeno. I don't know.
Standing next to a gentleman in a green suit with a large green top hat.
Certainly one of the most unique logos I've ever seen. I don't think I've seen anything quite like this. Oh,
2-2 to Q-set. Curve called strike 3. He knew it. Jones knew it. 1 run on no hits, no errors, no runners left on base. After 3.5, Purcellville holding on to a 2-run lead. Jack Pitts leading it off for the Rebels in the 4th inning. Did just a bit of logo research. I'm going to nominate New Mexico State.
Mexico State. I like that one. The classic, the Aggies.
I grew up reading Old West novels, so the almost looks like a bandit with the mustache and the 2 Colt revolvers. I appreciate that it's not just some combination of the school's letters.
Although
And
they do have that as their secondary logo, as just the New Mexico outline and then NM State.
Pitts goes down swinging. 3 pitches, takes care of him, and here's Eric Torres.
Palm Beach State College. Number 6, Eric Torres.
Torres went down swinging in his first at bat, looking to change the tides, change the momentum of his night on this second one.
Perhaps a little extra motivation following a defensive miscue earlier. That one's popped up behind the plate into the Rebels stands. That caused some excitement down there.
Green was chasing it. Tell you what, floated over the safety net.
After all the excitement dies down, it's just a strike. That one's hit hard into center field. Acevedo is going to be able to flag it down, but nice solid contact for Torres. Barreled that one, just didn't quite hit it in the right spot.
Right fielder from Embry Riddle. 9, Zach.
Banks grounds the first ball to second. Throw to first. A very quick inning for the Cannons. Rebels go down in order. We'll be back for the intern inning in the 5th
No error.
on the other side of this break.
Welcome back to New Market. eBay, Williams, and Martinez due up for the Cannons in this intern's inning. As that one's lined out, and eBay's fantastic night continues with a solid hit into left, and it is a base hit there for the Cannons, and they are coming out swinging.
Great way for eBay to get it started there.
And in the top of the fifth, the Cannons are coming out firing, if you will. As eBay's solid night continues. His last at-bat saw him hit one to left field as well, so he's got 2 straight L7s. As Williams now steps in, took that first pitch down low. Here's the 1-0 from New Rebels pitcher Lane Giroux in his 8th appearance for New Market. Takes that second pitch for ball 2. Giroux digs in. The 2-0. That one's lined out. Hit well. Looks to get... No, it's knocked down in time. It's gloved by Murchison. Good job by him. He was on his horse, and he was flying for that one. Really looked like it was going to be a close play, and it was. I really didn't have a way to describe it there, as it was mighty close. And a good job by Murchison to get over there and glove it.
Yeah, great job by Murchison there. It's such a luxury that the Rebels have. They have all of these athletes out there. You know, they don't have, you know, depth problems out there like other teams may have. They have 3 great athletes like out there that can make big plays like that.
First pitch called strike on Martinez. Yes, Brandon, it is very hard to compete with Murchison, Magana, and Banks all out there. Every single one of them's got wheels.
Absolutely.
Here's the 1-0. Excuse me, the 0-1 on Martinez, fouled off. 1-0-2 count. Giroux now in full control of this one. That foul ball was much to the panic of intern Matt. He thought that he scored it wrong. That one was on me. Sorry for the heart attack, Matt. Here's the 0-2. And ring him up, strike 3. Martinez will go down looking. And it's a solid start for Lane Giroux. As Larry the Cable Guy's get her done soundbite will send Martinez packing. Props to our PA announcer Jared for the sound effects. Keith Turner now takes that one outside. eBay was waiting to take off, however stays stagnant at first.
Giroux picking up right where he left off. He last made an appearance against the Strasburg Express in a 10-7 win where he pitched 1 2/3 innings and he had 3 strikeouts.
He is certainly a solid pitcher for New Market, as that one's another solid pitch for a swinging strike from Turner. 0 for 2 on the night for him, looking to change that here. Got a great chance with 2 gone. The 1-1. Breaking pitch taken just outside. Giroux now faces a 2-1 count. Going to close this inning out here. Would be a solid momentum gainer for the Rebels. So 2-1. That one's hit well, grounded. Right to Torres, and he flips it over to land. It is a fielder's choice out, and that will close out the top of the 5th frame. We'll be right back after this quick break. 4-2 Cannons over Rebels. Back now in New Market, Murchison, Magana, and Terra Nova due up for the Rebels. Big swinging strike there on returning Cannons pitcher Van Tile. Had a solid game for Purcellville so far. That one's down in the dirt. The watermelon is being cut, Brandon. You can start to smell it.
What an
Smells like
interesting promotion.
I know. I've seen a lot of things in baseball, but Watermelon Night is probably not one of them, I think. That one was just
See how long
fouled
it
off
takes.
into the waiting hands of Coach Ty Martin, the hitting coach for the Rebels. Bobbled it.
I was going to say, we'll see how long it takes before the watermelon reaches us upstairs.
It hopefully will. There was a check swing there, but no, says the third base umpire. And remaining in the batter's box is Murchison. Murchison over 2 on the night, looking to change the tides here, if you will. That's not going to change it very well as he takes strike 3, looking right down Main Street. Pitch maybe had a little bit of break on it.
Covering up the center fielder, number 13, Mario Magana.
Now the dangerous bat of Mario Magana steps in. Batting lefty this time, the switch hitter. Had that nice ground ball back up the middle at his last at-bat. Takes that one inside, shuffles out of the way.
I believe, if I'm not mistaken, that was strikeout number 8 for Van Tile tonight.
He
Got to
is
see it.
certainly doing a great job.
We got to see a nice pitching duel between Van Tile and Jones.
All of us in the media booth and the fans in New Market have been treated to a fantastic pitching battle tonight.
Shout out to the New Market community tonight. They've showed up at Rebel Park in a big way. They've made a lot of noise today.
Certainly been the loudest I think I've ever heard it this season.
I couldn't agree more.
Especially after that Terra Nova 2 RBI shot in the bottom of the third. Probably the loudest I've ever heard this place.
I agree.
The 1-2 pitch from Van Tile is fouled off yet again. That's 3 straight foul balls for Mario Magana. Finding his pitch.
Absolutely.
Can't be mad at that.
He's great at staying alive in counts like this.
And Brandon, if you're Coach Shepard, what's the message to the guys in the dugout when you're down by 2 runs here? You got a lot of baseball left. What do you think he's saying to the Rebels?
I think the message would be to just embrace the energy. Like I said, there's been a lot of fans have been loud in the park. The Rebels have been able to get on base. They had 2 runs driven in. Let's say just keep that up, wait for your pitch. Don't get too finicky when there's runners in scoring position. That's been a big problem for the Rebels during this slump. They feel like they all have to, it's all on their bat when, it's more of a team game than that.
The plunk of Mario Magana will usher out a pitching conference, and there will be a new Purcellville pitcher, and we will be right back after this quick break. Back now in New Market,
Go. Terranova.
where the hot bat for the Rebels tonight, Joe Terranova, 2 for 2, faces new Purcellville pitcher Walker Clout from Messiah University. The St. John's, Florida native sends that one low for a 1-0 count. There's the 1-0. Runners free. There goes Magana. Here comes the throw down, and it's going to get through the legs. And it will go into the outfield, and Magana will slither over to third base. It's a double steal. And there is a problem here in New Market with Magana on third.
Great job by Magana keeping his head on a swivel there. You know, most players, they might just, except that they got the steal and sit down at second, but
Yeah,
he
that's
saw
a
that
solid
ball
heads-up
roll.
play. Solid heads-up play. Now knocking on the door is the Rebels. Terranova takes that one inside for a 2-1 count now.
And Walker Clout has had some great outings recently. In his last 2 games, he's pitched 4 2/3, and he has 9 strikeouts and only allowed 1 hit.
He's got an interesting throwing style to him, Brandon. He throws it a little bit sidearm. See a lot of different pitching types around the valley, but this one's a unique one to be sure. As that one was spoiled off by Terranova for an even count. 2-2, taken down low.
Yeah, in my opinion, if I was one of the Rebels, that's the kind of release I would not want to see in a game where you're already down 2 runs.
Definitely not. And here comes the payoff. That one's taken in the dirt. That will be ball number 4 for Terranova, and he will cruise over to first. Runners on the corners now for the Rebels. And the dangerous bat of Carter McKay steps in
Number 43. Carter.
with only 1 gone. And Brandon, you gotta think if you're the Purcellville outfield, you probably want to start getting back a little bit because he's got a big barrel on his bat, not afraid to show it.
Absolutely. I believe he had 3 hits and 3 RBIs in his first 2 games in New Market, so he is one of the newcomers. And he's brought, you know, some much-needed juice to this Rebels offense.
I believe one of those hits was a home run. I think it was
Yes.
in his opening game, his debut in New Market. Takes that one low. It's 2-0. Got a great chance. The 2-0. That one's hit well, bouncing ball. Good pickup there by Bell. He swings for 2. Martinez collects. 1 is gone, but the throw over to eBay is not in time, and it allows Magana to advance home. It's a 4-3 ball game now, and the Rebels are biting their way into this deficit here.
Yeah, excellent job by Carter McKay there to beat that out. I was just talking about how he has been bringing some juice to this lineup, and right on cue. Brings the juice in a big way to cut the deficit to 1.
Certainly a solid job by him. That one hit hard. Looked like it bounced off like the catcher, maybe the umpire. I was scoring in my scorebook. Did not get the best look at that one.
Ricocheted off of somebody.
Hitter Murphy, 1 for 2 tonight. And that solid line drive to right. Takes that one outside, good eye. One, 2. Big swinging strikeout there. Good inning from Clout, and the Cannons will exchange gloves for bats. We'll be right back after this quick break. 4-3 Cannons over Rebels. Back now in Newmarket. AJ Green stepping in. He hits that one well into center. Jumping for it was Land, but it lands in shallow center for a base hit. Good start for the Cannons to this one for AJ Green.
Second baseman, number 13, Purcellville.
AJ Green, not the retired Bengals superstar, but the baseball player from Memphis University. And Andrew Bell steps in now. The empty count delivery from Giroux. Oh, bunt attempt, and he jumps out of the way. Didn't look like it hit him, but really no idea what happened there. But he spun out of the way and down to the ground like he got hit. Maybe he was seeing a curve on the ball that we could not see back here in the media booth. Really could only speculate on what could be going on there. The 0-1, pickoff attempt. Will delay the 0-1 pitch. Pickoff attempt was not in time. Jumping back was Green.
I think it just out on.
Duke Blue Devil steps in at two straight pickoff attempts. So the 0-1 will have to wait for a few more seconds. Green looked like he wanted to take off there, but holding him was Pitts. Good job by him to get up on that high one. The 1-1 from Giroux. Taken outside. Job by Bell to lay off of that outside pitch. And Green remains on first. Rowe digs in, takes a breath, and picks off. Not in time. 3 pickoffs now in the span of 2 pitches, I believe.
Seen a lot of throws over tonight.
Yes.
Perhaps an effort by Rebel pitching to limit some of the stolen bases that have come this season.
Well, hesitation there from Greeny, took off and then stopped. There will be a quick charged conference here between Pitts and Giroux. Andrew Bell, 333 hitter from Duke. See a ton of action in 2026, saw more action in 2025. Prior to Duke, he was rated the #1 shortstop in the state of Colorado. #5 overall prospect. Takes that one inside for a 3-1 count. Correction. That is a walk. And he will cruise over to first, and there will be runners on first and second now for the Cannons.
Third baseman.
Rebels trying to avoid giving one back after they chipped away at the lead in the 5th.
Andrew, I think that would be worst case scenario if you give it up there. That one's hit well into left center, running for it as Murchison. He makes a solid catch there to limit damage for the Rebels. That'll be the first out of the top of the 6th. Back to the top of the order for the Cannons, Acevedo. Takes that one outside. Breaking pitch, Giroux looks like he didn't get his grip on that one. One 0 from Giroux. That one called strike. Good pitch there. Paints the inside corner. The 1-1. Fouled off.
Rebels would love a hard hit ground ball right at an infielder here.
I think that would be your best case scenario, Andrew. Like to see one straight to land. He could flip it right to Torres. Torres could swing it over to Murphy for a double play. Try to do a little announcer's jinx here. That one fouled off, and frustrated he didn't glove it was Pitts. Grant, from Eastern New Mexico University. 50 hitter in 2026 for the Greyhounds. Sent back to land, but back in time is Green. And Andrew, when I think of Greyhounds, I think of AFC Richmond, the Ted Lasso show.
R.I.P. to the first Greyhound mascot.
Could not handle the foot of Danny Rojas. Football is life. Well, still one of my favorite shows. Love that one. That one's fouled off. To our count now. That one fouled off yet again. That's 3 straight foul balls here. Good job by Iluli to stay alive in this at-bat. Palm City, Florida native. It's a righty on lefty matchup. 1-2. Fouled off yet again. See if we get a payoff here. The 1-2. Fouled off yet again. That's 5 straight foul balls. What a job by Galuli to stay alive in this one.
Acevedo.
Oh, Acevedo. I am very sorry about that one. It is not Galuli. He flied out to left field. Error in my scoring right there, as that one's flied right back to the waiting glove of Murchison. It's 2 straight F7s. That was an error on my part. And it's now Vincenzo Kuzat stepping in. Designated hitter Kuzat, 1 for 3 on the night. That one's hit well. Ground ball to second. Picked up by Torres. Swung over to Murphy in time for the 3rd out. Rebels limit the damage in the top of the 6th. They blank the Cannons here. 4-3 our score. Cannons over Rebels. We'll be right back after this quick break.
Come on. Come on.
Back now in New Market, Maddox Land is followed by Pitts and Torres. As Clouts is still out there for the Cannons of Purcellville. That one called ball. Here's the 1-0. Fouled off. A relatively quiet night in New Market, except for the fans. That one is hit. It will be fair right down the 3rd base line, and the speedster in land will make it to first in time before the throw from Green.
Gotta say, Green played that about as well as you possibly could. Very strong throw, but still no chance at the speedy land.
Green playing with fire there. If that throw is anywhere but the waiting glove of eBay, it'll probably be extra bases for the speedster land.
Now we got a conference amongst the umpires.
That contact from Land was like a perfectly placed bunt, if you will.
Looks like they were indeed discussing whether it may have been a foul ball, but they give it the safe sign, and on we go.
Never went past the foul line, so stayed fair the entire way. Not look to bounce off the plate either, as that one's lined. A great hit there from Pitts, and it's into left field, and rounding to third is Land. And it is a great shot from Pitts. It's a base hit, and Land is at third now. Runners on the corners for the Rebels.
Boy done a great job tonight, hustling out there. Bryce Jones. Covering up the second baseman from Palm Beach State College. Number 6. Torres.
Eric Torres of Palm Beach State College steps in. It's a righty-on-righty matchup here. Couldn't ask for better. If you're the Rebels, you got runners on the corners. Takes that first pitch for a called strike. Had a little break on it. It appeared to curve in just a little bit into that strike zone. Maybe that's what Torres saw. The 0-1. Sting out of the way. Torres draws an even count. Torres steps back in. Here's the 1-1. Big swinging miss there.
Land, a speedy runner at third. You know, he wants to score on anything where he could possibly give it a try.
Certainly, I think if it's anything but in the air, I think he's taken off. It's anywhere on the on the diamond except in the air. Here's the 2-2. Outside. Full count payoff pitch coming. Purcellville in their maroon pinstripes, the classic look, as the payoff pitch is sent way inside. Torres had to jump out of the way on that one. And there will be bases full of Rebels, as you like to say, Andrew.
That's how we like them. Although we'd rather have Zach Banks empty them right here.
Thanks.
Right you are, Andrew. And you look at Banks tonight, 0 for 2, probably a little bit frustrated. Hasn't made great contact. Got a great chance here. He takes that one inside. Big swing and a miss on that one. One to Banks inside. Banks still looking for a home. Transferred from Embry-Riddle. He's been a day one for the Newmarket Rebels. 2-1, taken outside. $2025 D2 ADA Academic Achievement Award. A smart player, student athlete.
Ending Embry-Riddle, you pretty much have to be smart, is my understanding.
Old strike there. Zach Banks didn't like it. Threw his bat thinking it was going to be a pass to first, but no, says the home plate umpire. We've seen that a surprising amount, Andrew. We've seen that a lot where the players just kind of boldly assume that.
Doesn't tend to help their case either.
Exactly, as that one's flared out into shallow center. It's going to drop, and here comes Land. He's coming in, and it will be a tying run for the Rebels. They draw even in this contest. And it's a tie game in Newmarket in the bottom of the 6th. It's an RBI single for Zach Banks. There will be a mound conference, and a new pitcher appears to be coming in for the Cannons. We'll be right back after this quick break with an ID of the mystery man.
Got a round. Left fielder from UNC Wilmington.
Back now in Newmarket, Matt Murchison faces the new Purcellville pitcher, Easton Embry. The stinger of Florence Darlington Tech, Region 10 baseball. The 1-0, taken low. 2-0 our count now.
Rebels have, to put it in World Cup terms, gotten the equalizer here, but would like to blow this one wide open in their favor.
They've certainly got a great chance. 2-0. Murchison takes it down low. Getting some flashbacks of early in the season for the Rebels where they'd load the bases and then watch pitches and watch the runs fly up on the scoreboard. Outside, and will be another run, and the Rebels will take the go-ahead run, and it is 5-4 in Newmarket.
It's the easiest RBI Matt Murchison has probably ever had. Stood in the batter's box for 4 pitches.
Pitch walk, yep.
Mario Pagana.
Embry coming into this one has a 6.19 ERA and 16 innings pitched, 14 strikeouts.
That one down low.
Struggling to find the strike zone.
Like the Cannons lost a little bit of momentum. They got to focus up here. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw maybe a little mound visit. conference just to kind of say, hey, let's focus up. Let's get out here. Let's limit the damage.
Must say, I'm not envious of these Purcellville infielders who are drawn in with a powerful bat facing them.
Don't know the justification behind that. Wouldn't really expect to see Mario Magana bunt. I don't think I've ever seen him do that, ever. So,
Well, trying for the play at the plate on a ground ball, but opening themselves up to a higher probability of a base hit. That one's fouled straight back. Magana hacking.
I think if anybody's going to put it into the air, that's Mario Magana.
Definitely has a fly ball oriented swing and the power to back it up.
If I'm Magana, I'm really not putting anything on the ground here. I think obviously the play at home watches that one go outside. It's a full count now. That one was a mighty close pitch, I'll tell you that. The 3-2. That one's lined into shallow left. Here comes Banks, and it'll be a 2-run shot for Mario Magana, and the Rebels have added to their lead here in Newmarket.
Hard hit liner into left. I think Williams was maybe caught sleeping a little bit, not thinking the runner would be sent home there.
The third baseman from Southeast Missouri, number 25, Joe Nova.
And if you were to visually represent this game right now in boxing terms, the Rebels have the cannons on the ropes, going headshot, 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 body shot, headshot. They're going, I got all the momentum here. And with another runner here in scoring position, sends that one outside.
Embry a bit all over the place.
I was just about to say, you should probably take a second, focus in here, try to find that strike zone again. The 1-0. Breaking pitch there, taken low.
That pitch came in with the second baseman Bell off balance after he slipped while he was kind of cutting in to cut behind the runner.
The 2-0 taken high. Good eye there from Terranova. The 3-0 down low. It's another 4-pitch walk. And once again, bases full of Rebels here in Newmarket. And comes a little bit overdue, but there will be a quick mound conference here between catcher Green and Embry. Now going to have to deal with Carter McKay.
Scary batter
Yeah, I was about
to be facing with the bases loaded.
I certainly would not want to be facing Carter McKay with the bases loaded and nobody gone.
Now bring up the designated hitter from Seminole State College, number 43, Carter McKay.
Just now, some action starting up in the bullpen for Purcellville.
Yes. Carter McKay probably a little bit frustrated. He's 0 for 2 tonight. Takes that one breaking pitch. Solid pitch there from Embry.
I think he did come up with an RBI during the intern inning in the 5th.
Takes another strike there. It's 2 straight now. Embry's ahead in the count. That would be McKay's behind in the count. The 0-2. That one poked foul.
Looks like the adjustment may have been only throw breaking balls because he threw 3 in a row after looked like mostly fastballs in the walk previous.
And that ball seemed to hit almost the butt of McKay's bat. Kind of hit off that butt end and went foul. Past third. There's the 1-2 to McKay. Big swinging strikeout there. That's just what the doctor ordered if you're Embry. That's a confidence booster and a big, much needed out for the Cannons. One gone now here in the bottom of the 6th. Murphy digs in now, 1 for 3. Had that solid line drive to right field in the bottom of the 2nd. Swings on that one and misses.
Out in front on an off-speed pitch.
Swings and misses yet again on that one. I think if you're out in front on an off-speed pitch, that's a lot better if you're behind on an off-speed pitch, because that means you're way behind on a fastball. That one there also seemed to have a little bit of break to it.
I feel like if you're Murphy, you almost had to be sitting off speed after watching the previous at-bat.
That is 3 straight swinging strikes. And Murphy walks back in frustration after surrendering the 2nd out with the bases loaded.
Number 12, Matt Land.
I'll tell you what, Andrew, that conference really helped him being Embry, as he's gone 2 straight forward Ks. That one's a called ball high.
Once again, misses with the fastball. If I'm Land, I'm sitting on off speed here.
I think that's a good philosophy, Andrew. Shoots out of the way on that one. 2-0 now. Way outside, just a bit outside, if you will. I know you love that reference.
Bob Euchre.
Earlier today in the World Cup World, England, the 3 Lions took care of Norway 2-1 after extra time. And that's what you need if you're Embry. Called strike right down the middle. And that one is a 5-pitch walk. And Land, who started this inning out for the Rebels, will walk over to first. There will be a pitching change here in Purcellville. We'll be right back after this quick break. Back now in New Market, Jack Pitts. The righty steps in against new Cannons pitcher. It's number 20, Brody Carley from Mary, Washington. The Purcellville, Virginia native playing for his hometown team. Sends that first pitch right in there for strike one. And that walk of Maddox Land drove in another run. The Rebels have now doubled the Cannons' lead. Mary, Washington, the D3 school, the Eagles. The swinging strike there from Jack Pitts. Jack Pitts, a newer face here in New Market. Got here a couple days ago. The 0-2 on him. Breaking pitch there. Wow, that had a lot of break on it.
Interesting conference matchup here. We've got Coast to Coast Athletic Conference against the American Athletic Conference.
Interesting. I've never heard of the Coast to Coast, as that's a swinging strikeout there, and that'll conclude this bottom of the sixth. An incredible inning for the Rebels. 5 runs and 8-4 now our score. Rebels over Cannons. We'll be right back after this quick break.
Josh eBay leading off for the Cannons in the top of the 7th. They find themselves trailing by 4 after a 5-run New Market bottom of the 6th. Kudos to Jack, puts up 6 unanswered during his broadcasting stint there as play-by-play man. eBay hits that one into pretty deep right, but looks like Banks has a bead on it. Few steps short of the warning track. He's got it for the first out of the inning. MJ Paramore, lefty out of Northeast Mississippi Community College, is on the mound for the Rebels now. Hard throwing lefty, gets it up there 91, 92 on the fastball. Told me he has gotten it up as high as 94, I believe, a couple times, but more consistently in the low 90s. Has flashed a nice breaking ball at times as well. Threw one in his last appearance. I think it was when Jack was out of town that had some just ridiculous late snap. Just misses there. Another fastball that just misses. This time upstairs, 3-0. Not missing by much. Called strike.
Definitely not missing by much, and he didn't miss at all there, as that's a solid strike right down the middle. Had some heat on it, too.
Ball outside. Cannons have a base runner in the top of the 7th.
Empty count on Martinez. That's called strike one.
Pounds the zone with a fastball, rewarded with a foul ball. 0-2 on Eric Martinez at the plate.
Martinez 1 for 3 on the night. That ground ball. Oh, 2.
Blows a fastball past him. That one had some sizzle on it.
Sounded like he got a piece, but Pitts was able to grab it. And down goes Martinez.
Keith Turner, right fielder, gets a chance with 2 outs, 1 runner on.
Another great catch by Pitts there as he gets a piece of that one, he being Turner, and it goes right into the waiting glove of Pitts. Good job by him.
Pretty good debut for Pitts, I would say. Both behind the plate and at the batter's box. Paramore looking good. He's ahead 0-2. 1 strike away from putting up a 0 in the 7th. Runner going. Pitch was high. Throw. Might have been right into the runner's face. He's down on the ground. Coach is coming to check on him. Trainer going to go out and check on him. Pretty strong throw from Pitts, but it was kind of right in the same area where Williams was diving in head first. He is up on his feet. Looks like he's probably okay, as both coaches for Purcellville have headed back towards their respective coaching boxes, but they are giving him a moment to gather.
Yeah, that definitely smarts throw coming down from Pitt. Certainly not the slowest throw on planet Earth, I'll tell you that. Does not feel too good, especially when you're trying to slide into a base. You think you already got that kind of anxiety of, oh, maybe the throw's coming down, but it's hit there, but he seems to be okay, which is great.
Paramore's 1-2. Hit down the left field line. Murchison may have room. Could not see what happened down there. Did not come up with it. Got a shrug from the Rebels dugout. Go down as just a foul ball.
Really no idea what happened there because the Rebels dugout completely obscures everything at left field side.
Swing and a miss. Paramore does indeed put up a 0 in the top half of the 7th inning. Eric Torres going to lead it off for the Rebels on the other side of this break. Eric Torres leads it off for the Rebels in the bottom of the 7th. Brody Carley still on the mound for the Cannons. The stadium is abuzz with the missed 7th inning stretch by the public address announcer. You can see the steam coming off the heads of some of the frustrated fans on the Rebel side.
Yeah, I don't know
We
if
have locked the door of the press box for our own safety. 2-1 on Torres. Did show bunt in there.
Well, I wanted to stretch my legs, Andrew, and now all I know is that I can't stretch my legs, so.
I'm very uncomfortable without the stretch, but we'll soldier on. 3-1 on Torres. Zach Banks waiting on deck. Looks like it may be Colby Jarman warming in the bullpen for the Rebels. Called strike. Torres swings and misses. Nice fastball from Carly. He struck out the two men that he's faced.
And that was a gambit, if you will, from Torres on that fastball. Ends up coming out empty-handed on that one, but a big, big swing. Looking for the fences there. That one fouled off like it was going right to your head, Andrew. I would have
Luckily, there was a net in the way as I was looking down at my computer.
Yeah, I was going to have to reach my hand in front of your face to grab that one.
As I often am, running the live stats while commentating. A lot of up-down with the head.
You do the live stats, I do the scorebook. That's how we run this establishment here in Newmarket. Perfect team.
I guess mine's kind of a scorebook too, but not the typical layout, being digital and whatnot.
Brandon does the production work. Got to give him his flowers too. He does a great job.
Blame being passed around, but nobody's buying it on the 7th inning stretch being missed. Swing and a miss at the 3-1. Count goes full.
Wouldn't even call that a swing and a miss on Jared's part. I'd call that a looking strikeout. He watched that seventh inning stretch go right by. Didn't even do a thing.
Banks goes down looking at a fastball.
Looks like I spoke it into reality.
Perhaps a bit of an announcer jinx.
Purchasing.
Murchison hits the first pitch into shallow left. Williams is in and able to collect it. No runs, no hits, no errors. After 7, Newmarket has a 4-run lead. AJ Green leads it off. MJ Paramore still in the game for the Rebels. First pitch misses for a ball. Cannons working with 6 outs, looking to come back from a 4-run deficit. Big swing and a miss at a fastball. Fouled off.
That
Out of play.
fastball clocked to 85 miles per hour. Great pitch there for Paramore.
Just misses upstairs.
Another heater there from Paramore. Upstairs, just a little bit off.
Full count pitch. Called strike 3. Green was about 6 steps towards first base when he heard that one called by the home plate umpire.
Yeah, and Andrew, another one of those plays where the batter kind of makes a decision in his head and then gets proved wrong by the umpire. We saw it with Banks, now we see it here with Green.
Don't think these batters on either side have done themselves any favors by not waiting for the call. But the Rebels will take it as there's 1 out, nobody on base. Paramore bounces in the first pitch to Bell. 1-0. Eden Freeman up in the Rebels bullpen. He will likely get the 9th if he does not come in here in the 8th. .10:30 Eastern time. We're at 3 hours of game time as we play in the top of the 8th. A lot of long baseball games this summer, thanks to a lot of runners on base.
Definitely has been 3 hours, 30 minutes, 4 hours, almost every single game because of how many runners get on base.
Ground ball to Torres. The row to first is in time. 4-3 is the putout, and that's going to do it for MJ Paramore. Call to the bullpen. We'll take a quick break. We're going to see Caden Freeman on the other side. It is Caden Freeman on the round for the Rebels, and he will be greeted by a pinch hitter, number 12, Noah Hollis, for the Cannons, who takes the first pitch for a ball. Freeman coming from a very low arm slot. Certainly sidearm could be classified as submarine depending on your feelings on that. Three straight ball struggles to find the zones.
Saw it again there, Andrew. Galuli started to take off. Well, it looks to be a pinch hitter, actually, excuse me. But the pinch hitter started to take off towards first, and no, says the umpire.
Land ranges deep into the hole. Thought that was going to be a 2-out single. Instead, it's a highlight reel putout for Maddox Land and the Rebels. They're through 8. Mario Magana gonna lead it off for the Rebels, takes a called strike. Hollis stays in the game at third base. Magana getting a at-bat right-handed, switch hitter. But has done the vast majority of his hitting from the left side. Not a ton of left-handed pitching in the league this summer. Or if there is, it's in the other division.
Southpaw is a rare breed.
Second time tonight, Magana's going to take a hit by a pitch and head on down to first base.
Yeah, I think he's going to be feeling that in the morning.
From the third baseman, Southeast State. 5, go.
Joe Terranova, next man up. See if Magana is aggressive on the base paths. Great speed.
Got some stats for you, Andrew. Carly's last game versus the Rebels. 1.2 innings pitched, 1 hit, no runs allowed, 4 strikeouts. And tonight he's pitched 1.1 innings, no hits, no runs, and 3 strikeouts. see if he can continue that after plunking Magana here. Now he faces a great bat in Terra Nova.
Rebels would not mind some insurance runs. Because it's a wild and wacky Valley Baseball League. No lead is safe, especially not a 4-run lead.
Said it before, said it again. The new motto of the Valley Baseball League should be anything can happen, because anything really can happen in this league. No lead is ever safe. Ever.
It is possible the Tom Sox felt safe today when they were going into the final inning up 21-0, but that's about where you need to be. Swing and a miss from Terra Nova, 2-1.
Terra Nova's been a force for the Rebels tonight. 2 for 2. 2 RBIs.
Called strike, full count.
Both Terra Nova and Magana have 2 RBIs tonight. They also have 2 hits, both of them.
Ball 4. Fastball well outside.
Designated hitter from Seminole State College. 43, Carter McKay.
Carter McKay takes that one upstairs, inside.
Well outside for ball 2.
Been a really long time, Andrew, since I've seen a pitching windup like Carly's. He kicks when he sends that one. It's been a long time since I've seen the kick.
A little old school almost, I would
Old
say.
school.
You're watching highlights from yesteryear. Saw all kinds of funky leg kicks, up over the head even.
Looks like he's a time capsule from the 1980s.
4-pitch walk to McKay.
And might I say it, Andrew, bases full of Rebels.
For Matt Murphy,
Safety from college.
first baseman tonight.
Murphy.
1 for 4 tonight, looking to better that record. It's got a great chance here. Nobody gone again. Rebels looking to take care of business here.
You squint real hard, you could see a world where the run roll could come into play if this inning continued to
I was just about to
roll
say
for
that.
the Rebels. Obviously, quite a bit would have to happen there, but one big crooked number and all of a sudden you're done.
We might have to see Murphy knock one out of here maybe, so little announcer's jinx there.
Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Murphy's struggle with the breaking ball tonight continues. Brings up Maddox Land.
Covering up the shortstop of Chattahoochee Valley College. Number 12, Maddox. Lion.
Landis had a solid game tonight.
Land also batting right-handed for the first time. Another switch hitter. Ball outside. Hits the catcher on deck. Ball upstairs, breaking ball that just didn't come back to the zone.
And man, that was a solid break on that pitch.
Don't see any action in the Purcellville pen. This might be all they've got.
A lot of standing and watching.
Called strike on the 3-1. Pitching is starting to get tight for most teams across the league. Might only have 3 or 4 arms available on any given night.
Yet again,
Called strike 3 on the inside part of the plate to Maddox Land.
I mean, yet again, another batter assumed and then paid the price for it.
Not quite as bad on that one. He was still in the batter's box at least, but here's Pitts with 2 outs and the bases loaded. Called strike 2. Swing and a miss. Pitts goes down. Rebels strand the bases loaded. No runs, no hits, no errors. 3 runners left on base. Ethan Acevedo in the top of the Purcellville lineup. Come to the plate in the 9th. Come on. Here's Acevedo leading off against the sidearm delivery of Freeman. Strike one. Fouled into the screen, 0-2. That one's fouled off. Another Valley League action. Woodstock defeated Front Royal 14-1. And Strasburg defeated Winchester 6-1. All relevant in the Northern Division standings. Woodstock will keep pace with the Rebels to stay 2.5 games back. Front Royal will drop to 3.5 behind.
I think that makes a playoff appearance for Front Royal very, very unlikely.
Definitely hurts their chances. They'll have to pass Woodstock and Newmarket. 3.5 games behind Newmarket. Head-to-head matchup, at least one head-to-head, probably two still to come. So, certainly not out of it, but some work to be done for the Cardinals. 2-2 pitch. Just high, full count. If you're a Cannons fan, certainly just need base runners. Get things started. Hit into left, Murchison, couple of steps to his right. Acevedo is retired. One out, nobody on base. QSAT. Next man up for the Cannons. Always good to get that leadoff batter out. That really makes it a lot harder to mount a big comeback.
And you get the momentum, you set the tone early in that closing inning.
Outside, 1-1. Swing and a miss. 2-2.
Solid pitch from the sidearm slinger there. No chance for Kuzak.
Freeman, no stranger to these tough situations. Lots of experience at Jones College. Called, strike three, finds the outside corner. Freeman and the Rebels 1 out away from a victory over the Purcellville Cannons here at Rebel Park.
And Andrew, this is just what the doctor ordered for the Rebels. You got a few more games left until the postseason. This is a confidence booster win against a really top team in the Valley Baseball League. This is a statement win, and I love it.
Here is eBay. Called, strike on the outside corner. That one got some funny looks from both sides, to be honest. 0-1. 0-2. Freeman, a lot of side-to-side movement, which is kind of a hallmark of sidearm pitchers, I would say. They can just generate more horizontal break than any other arm slot. 0-2 pitch. Check swing, no swing. It's like they're throwing a frisbee sometimes. Check swing, they check it first. No swing, says the first base umpire.
One more strike here for Freeman.
Popped up on the infield, should be playable for Terranova at third. He's got it, and the Rebels have defeated the Purcellville Cannons tonight in Newmarket. 4 runs on 7 hits and 2 errors for the Cannons. 8 runs on 8 hits and 2 errors for the Rebels. Rebels will be back in action here tomorrow night to hopefully keep the momentum rolling. Jack, any final thoughts?
Well, this is a statement win, and it's also a confidence booster. This is telling the Valley Baseball League, hey, we're back, we're here, we're the Newmarket Rebels, we're ready to go, we're going into postseason, let's go. Time for some baseball.
Absolutely. One final time out of the Andrew Kipps, he was Jack Hurlbut. Brandon Whitaker behind the controls tonight. We'll be back with you tomorrow night for the next edition of Newmarket Rebels Baseball.